Erick Olson and Serenity with you with SMSTV as we bring you coverage of the 8th grade rivalry football game ready to kick off. Armand Larive in Sandstone. And Armand Larive will return attacking towards the west end zone, right to left. Ball hops over Blake Erickson's head. Erickson does have to field it inside the 10. Makes the first man miss, and Erickson is taken down. Turns something out of nothing into a game up to the 11. It was 2 quarters ago now, right now. Is it Isais and Serenity, both with SMS TV, joining us for the start of our second game today here on ALTV.us, the partnership between Armand Larive and Sandstone Middle School. 10 years of bringing you coverage of this rivalry game from Bulldog Stadium down on Kennison Field. It was a penalty. Half the distance to the goal means that Armand is going to start with their backs a little bit up against the wall. First down and 10 from the 7. And the opening play, an inside run, flag out. As Gutter Villarreal is pulled down. Up to the 11 holding, however. Means that we'll just go backward another 3.5 yards. And it'll be inside of the 5 where the Bullpups try to start the opening drive of this game. So, as we bring you the coverage here today, what has brought you, or what made you sign up to be an anchor, Serenity?
I just thought it was going to be real fun, and I like being up in the press box.
The press box is a great place. It's a little quieter. There's usually food. It's why I do this. It's because the seats are nicer. Inside, if it's cold, it's not. Villarreal with the first down run on first down and long. Gets back just short of that original line of scrimmage. A gain of 3. Opening minute of action. Armand Larive's 8th grade team, Carson Clem and Killian Wood, are the head coaches again for the Bullpups. They stay with their group for 2 years, so they'll go back to 7th graders next year. Blitz coming up the middle. Villarreal kept by Medeles on the read option, and Bryden Medeles ends up drop back at the 4, lose a couple. The 7th grade game was defined by strong defense. This is opening up with strong defense for Sandstone in our 8th grade contest. Aaron Davis and Ethan McDonald. A couple of teachers at the high school, still coaching football at Sandstone Middle School. Their group, small but mighty, about the half the size of the number of guys suiting up for ALMS football. Medeles is in the end zone on this 3rd down and long to throw. Right side, lobs it downfield off the fingertips of Blake Erickson, incomplete. And deep in their own end, Armand Larive's got a 4th down and about 13 facing them, where they'll presumably have to punt it out of their own end zone. The difference between the 7th grade game and the 8th grade game is the 7th graders get to suit up in the uniforms again next year. This is the last time the 8th graders will play middle school football. Is there some talk about that in the building?
Not very much. It's usually just them like being excited and getting ready for the game. They don't really talk about.
Medeles throws out his own end zone on 4th down. Clem and Wood going for it there on 4th and long from their own end. They'll give Sandstone the ball on the 4. First down and goal. Not quite 2 minutes in. And that is monumental trust in your defense, with Sandstone starting 1st and goal. So then what are you all talking about?
We're usually
What's the talk of the town?
We're usually talking about excitement and them being ready for high school. They really like the field and they like playing.
False start on Sandstone, so it maybe it's going to work out as the Desert Hawks will go backwards 5 yards. Still first and goal from the 9. Down there on Kennison Field, Bulldog Stadium is circled by a newly recovered track. They put a new surface on top of the original track that was built here a decade ago at Bulldog Stadium. And the switch was from originally a red track now to a purple track. And in the transition zones for the relays, where you hand off the baton, it is black, which is something that colleges have started to go to. Read option to the left side, and Kyle Stasek will put his nose down to the 6-yard line, pick it up 3 on the first run. On a play without a flag here. Opening minutes, we've seen about 5 flags already thrown on these two 8th grade teams. And so, yeah, for these two teams, not just their last time they'll put on these uniforms, but at the end of the game, the high school coaches who are finishing up their practices right now, getting ready for a trip to Edgar Brown Memorial Stadium to take on Pasco on Friday night. They will talk, the coaches from Hermiston High, to this 8th grade group about coming to the high school next year. Quick throw right side. Stasek delivers it to the hands, dropped. Hunter Lindley had it. Maybe not into the end zone. Pretty well covered by Eliezer Zamaron III, but definitely a chance to have it right on the doorstep. Instead, 3rd and goal from the 6. Pistol set, Lindley in the backfield now behind Stasek. Stasek will take the low snap, rolling right, look at a throw. Lobs it back of the end zone, incomplete. Too far. Had a good look at Paul Starr, but maybe just a bit too much air under it. Starr ended up laid out on that newly surfaced turf. I'll tell you a secret. If you go down, it's got to be a sunny day. But if you go down to the first row of the bleachers and you look closely at the purple track, you can actually see the red under it because it's just right on top. It's a thin top coating that was added. So the red is still there. It's not super useful information, but now I've got it out. To the right side, Lindley catches the pass from Stasek for the touchdown. 4th down and goal from the 6. Why not? And it's a Lindley touchdown. And a kicking tee out here, Paul Starr out of Stasek's hold. Right-footed kick, low but through. And an 8-0 lead for Sandstone Middle School in the opening minutes of this game. So Armand Larive tries to go for it on 4th down and long from their own 4-yard line, turn it over on downs, and Sandstone capitalizes on the short field. Now, there was a Serenity fist pump there when that touchdown went in. Is there an excitement about this game from the students who aren't playing in it?
Yes, this is a very big game.
How come?
Because it's Sandstone against Armand, and they're our rival team.
Is that carry over into the other sports?
Yes, every sport. It's our rival team.
Every sport has a rival team.
Y'all know you're in the same town, right?
Yes.
You're all going to be here soon.
They're going to become teammates next year for football.
Start a punt. Erickson left. But this will kick out to the right. Villarreal lets it bounce. Ooh, it stayed in. Villarreal's got to make a decision at the 12. Picks it up. And now looking for space to run. Gets across the 20. Ball flew out. Paul Starr falls on top of it at the 26-yard line. The fumble and a recovery for Sandstone. Up already by a score with 5:02 left in the first quarter. They get it again. What are you working on in the broadcasting class?
We are working on whatever we want. So we could pick a subject, and that's what we are going to make a video on.
And what subject did you pick?
We picked Sandstone elective, so the main three: art, broadcasting, and tech.
Stasek, pistol set, first down and 10. Turns in, hands off. Emmanuel Fernandez. Ends up losing yardage, it appears. 2 yards back. Good penetration right up the middle on Sandstone's opening play of this drive. What are the story you're trying to tell about those 3 electives?
We are trying to give 6th graders the opportunity, 6th and 5th graders the opportunity to look at this video and pick what they would like to do, because you get to pick your elective.
Second down and 12. Everybody moved except, well, the snap. Ball's got to come from the center of the quarterback before all the movement. Sandstone determined to be the violator on that play. Back to the 33, second down and 8. Two options right on second and long. Stasek throws his hands out in front, picks up another low snap. Bootleg to the right. Deep ball right side, underthrown. Starr comes back and pulls it away, has the catch at the 20-yard line. It was lined up for Zamaroon, and Starr came back and was able to jump in. The big catch gets it down to the 19. Far more manageable third down yardage now. In fact, probably 4 down territory with 3.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Starr left. Tyler Culligan outside of him. 2 receiver options to the right for Stasek with Fernandez behind him in the pistol set. Starr left to right. Drop the ball. Fernandez dives back on top of it. Back 1.5 yards or so. Fernandez, though, keeps the ball in Sandstone's grasp. And Nathan McDonald and Aaron Davis will keep the offense out there on 4th down and 5 from the Armand Larive 21. But they want to talk about it first with 2:53 left in the first quarter. It'll be Aaron Davis out to rally the troops and drop this play in the sand for how Sandstone wants to attack this 4th down yardage. What are the types of questions you'll ask? And it's going to be an interesting situation because presumably you'll be interviewing your own teacher for part of it. What do you want to ask Mrs. Cerrillo about broadcasting class?
We ask her what are some perks of broadcasting, what happens in broadcasting, just like main questions that 6th graders and 5th graders would want to know.
4th down 5 at the 21. Well, the ball spotted at the 20. The yard marker's at the 21. Stasek drops it. Stasek's in trouble. Stasek wrestles himself away. They keep the play going. Stasek now coming back the other direction. 1st down yardage. Dives over the top of a tackler. Flag out as Stasek gets down to the 10. Illegal block on Sandstone. All that excitement. And they're going to end up replaying 4th down because of the penalty instead of 1st down yardage on the Stasek scramble. Back to the 28-yard line. 4th down and 12. Sandstone up by a touchdown. Twin receivers left. 2 to the right. Stasek to throw. Throws a quick out. Different route run by Lindley than what Stasek was expecting. And so Sandstone will turn it over on downs. Up 8-0 with 2:09 left in quarter number 1 of this matchup between the 8th graders of Armand Larive and Sandstone Middle School. After Armand Larive, they won the 7th grade game 8-7 at a defensive battle. This is really the first true time we'll see the Bullpups offense. They had to operate down inside their own 10 on their first drive. From the 28-yard line for the backfield mates of Braden Medelas and Gunnar Villarreal. Enrico Lightly is the receiver out to the left. Inside of him, Madden Kessler. 2 receiver options out to the right as well. Blake Erickson in the slot that way. Eliezer Zummerman wide. Medelas to take the snap. Dropped it. Scramble on top of the 25. Battle for the ball, and at the bottom of the pile, somehow Villarreal kept it from Fitu Sepeni. Loss of 3 yards. With 2 minutes left in quarter number 1. A little bit of breeze picking up. It's actually shifted as well. We started the day with a light breeze coming out of the southwest. Just a little bit of swirl right now. It's almost shifting its way around to hit the backs of Armand Larive as they attack towards the west end zone. 2nd and long. Kessler in motion. Fake to him. Give to him. Kessler. Well executed there by Medelas. Kessler back to the 33. Gets the lost yardage back on 2nd down. What about those other classes? Hey, you picked broadcasting, but what do you want to know about those other electives?
Like, just in case, because if broadcasting 3 is full, I could pick either tech or art.
3rd and 10 play for Medelas. Dropped it again. Villarreal falls on top of it again, but lost yardage. Some early nerves in this 8th grade rivalry game for both Sandstone and Armand Larive. Ball put on the turf a couple of times. In the final half minute here of the first quarter. Might actually be the last play of the first quarter. Looks like Armand Larive is happy with letting the play clock run out for quarter number 1 with Sandstone in front after 1 period of play. 8-0 the score. We keep covering this here on ALTV.us and our joint broadcast between Armand Larive and Sandstone Middle School's broadcast crews. Second quarter action at Bulldog Stadium down on Kennison Field. Sandstone 8, Armand Larive nothing. Sandstone waiting to see what happens on this 4th down and long. Quick toss to Villarreal out in the left flat. Again, Armand Larive going for it on 4th down, and again turning the ball over on downs in their own end. Sandstone will get it on the 24-yard line. Sophie and Allie back with me. First quarter of the 7th grade game. Now here, second quarter of the 8th grade game. You guys jumped on other roles here during the broadcast since I've seen you last?
Not really. We just kind of stayed down there to support our 7th graders because that was their first win of the season. And so it was a really exciting game. And so we wanted to really go out there and support them.
Very good. What's the situation here?
Well, there's definitely pressure on these guys. I can say that confidently because they're up for an undefeated season right now. And I know, like, you could say that Sandstone's our rivals. So, I mean, there's a lot of pressure on them right now. And I know they're, like, feeling it because obviously we're down.
Stasic hands to Garay. And a flag out is Arian Garay running inside zone right, just short of the 20-yard line. It's interesting to compare and contrast. I mean, how much of this feels like a rivalry from the Armand Larive side?
I feel like it's a really big rival because, like, we're both in the same town and we both, like, are friends with each other, but, like, we're both super competitive with each other.
Now, everybody's going to be here in 10 months.
That's crazy.
Whoa. Whoa.
That's weird.
I just blew their minds.
Well, I
10
didn't
months from
realize
now, you're going to be freshmen.
Yeah, that's weird because it doesn't seem like it feels like such a longer time because, like, we're 8th graders right now. It feels like such a long time away, but when you put it like that, it does not seem long.
Stasic tossed a star on the option play right. Lost a yard back to the 35-yard line. So the Bullpups trying to finish an undefeated season, down by a touchdown. The small but mighty Desert Hawks. They're kind of the group, they're the 300.
Yeah, we saw their team, like, when they were warming up, we were like, geez, their team is so small compared to ours.
They don't have enough players to run offense versus defense 11 on 11 in practices. Coach Davis, Coach McDonald have to put on gear. Well, not gear. Garay running to the right side inside the 30.
I would pay to see that. McDonald and Davis putting on gear, I'd pay to see that.
I would too. I would pay quite a bit actually to see them at least in there in the practices. But talked to Coach Davis earlier the week. And he told me, it's part of the deal. We've got 19 guys.
Oh my God.
And it's 19 guys with half of those guys playing football for the very first time. So they've got a group of guys who've got a lot of experience out there. You're going to hear Kyle Stasic's name a ton, Paul Starr's name a ton, but they've also got guys out there on the field that are playing their very first season of football.
Sounds like our 7th graders. Our 7th graders, half of them, over half.
Stasic gets away, third down, way downfield over the head of Lindley. The 7th graders, so you'd same situation at Armand.
The 7th graders, they have a big team, but over half of them haven't even played football. And so it's been kind of rough. They've gotten so much better, but, like, our Mr. Watson, our PE teacher and their coach is like, it's tough because, it's hard when you have inexperienced players, and they've gotten a lot better, but it's hard.
46 minus 45 on the Armand Larive side, 19 on the Sandstone side. So when I start doing the math as the broadcaster of the high school program, there probably needs to be twice as many 8th graders who are coming into the high school to play freshman football. Deep ball for Stasic for Starr, too long. Incomplete. Paul Starr got behind everybody, but Stasic got hammered, and there's a flag out right where the quarterback got hit.
It's so weird hearing Paul's name, like, on the other side. Because last year, he was at Armand and playing with us, so it's It's weird hearing his name on the other side.
I suppose that goes to the point you were making, Allie, about everybody's friends in the same town. I mean, there's a decent chance people went to elementary school together and then ended up at different middle schools. So
Yeah, it must be so weird for Paul because he played with them last year too.
And like he went to Armand for 2 years, and then his 8th grade year just switched out of nowhere, just switched. Which was, I mean, we were all pretty sad. I wouldn't say that we weren't, but we were all pretty, because we were all super close. Like
Yeah.
we're a pretty tight knit friend group, and so like obviously he was in it, and so like, I mean, I was pretty sad, but he's pretty happy, I would say.
and again, 10 months.
Stop.
You'll all convert back here. 4:41 left in the second quarter. Here at Hermiston High School's campus, Bulldog Stadium down on Kettison Field. This was apparently a multiple infraction situation. Long conversation, the officials with respective coaching staffs.
So whose ball is it?
That's a great question.
Well, I think it's Armand's, because they just threw back the Sandstone ball.
Yeah, turnover on downs is what it's going to end up being. Armand Larive Bull, first down and 10. Oh my goodness, the wind blew it into your hands. It's a sign, Sophie.
It's not a sign.
Got a Villarreal in the backfield with Braden Medelas, first down and 10 to throw, right side slant play into space and a completion. Boyd breaks a tackle, Boyd across midfield, Boyd to the 45. 26, but holding. Bring it all back.
What?
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 That doesn't count?
It counts in everybody's minds and in everybody's hearts.
Well, that's unfortunate.
And Bo Boyd off the board. Somebody held. Back to the 19-yard line. We'll replay first down.
Okay. Do you see what I mean by I don't know anything about football? I thought that counted, but it clearly didn't.
I think the mistake you're making, I've been trying for a couple of months now to get Sophie to do play-by-play tonight. And the mistake you're making is thinking that I know anything about football.
Well, you've been doing this a lot longer, so obviously you have to know something.
Depends who you ask, I assume. Run out to the left side, up to the 30-yard line. Get about 11 back on that play.
That just proved that I shouldn't do play-by-play, because I thought that counted. And they went all the way back, and they had more than 10 yards to go, so, you know, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Hallie, do you want to do the play-by-play?
I have no idea how to do anything about football.
Again, me either.
Oh, again, you've been doing this for how many years?
17.
I mean, like Sophie said, I can do like basketball and everything because we know stuff like
Sign
that.
me up for basketball.
Yeah.
Second down and 9 from the 30. Medelas to throw. He's got space into Zummerman's hand. Breaks away. 35-30, 25-20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! 70 yards to the end zone. Flag out. Wait. Is it a flag or did it come out of his pocket? It came out of his pocket.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Who was that? 25? Eli? Good job, Eli.
Eli Zamaroon the third. 3 minutes left in the second quarter. So, do the Bullpups have a kicker to try to tie this game, or are they going to go for the 1-point conversion?
I have no clue.
It appears conversion is the answer. So this is a conversion for 1 point. Villarreal to Medella's right shoulder. 3 receiver options left. Medella's takes the snap, pulls it out of Villarreal's belly out to the right side. He's into the end zone. The conversion cuts the Sandstone lead to 1 with 3 minutes left in the first half. You guys you've been up here with me multiple times already, not just tonight, but over the years. I won't say how many, 10 months left, but what do you want to still do? You're on your way out at Armand Larive.
It's crazy.
What do you still want to do at the middle school before you say sayonara?
Undefeated basketball season. That's on our list, definitely. Because we almost went undefeated last year. We lost by a half-court buzzer beater. But we're not talking about last year. We're talking about this year. So that's what's definitely on our minds is
we
undefeated.
We can definitely talk about last year.
We can definitely not.
All right, so how do you guys do it?
I say just play as a team. Like, our last game was really good. It was just down to defense, and we just didn't cover that one spot, and it went into them winning. But, I mean, I don't know, you just got to play as a team. And most of us
short kick trouble for Trenton Carter.
Most of us that have been playing, we've all played on the same AAU team. Last year we had 2 girls that didn't. We've all played with each other before, so.
Since first grade too.
First grade.
And I think last year we were good, but this year I think we're gonna do a lot better. In volleyball we weren't as good, but this year we almost went undefeated. So.
Keyword almost.
Yeah.
The football team is trying to go undefeated.
Yeah.
They're down 1. Armand Larive's football team, I should say, with 2:55 left in the first half. A flag came out at the very end. Unsportsmanlike conduct indicated against the Bullpups. That's a 15-yard penalty. We'll move it just across midfield for Sandstone to start this drive.
How can you tell?
Which part?
How it's unsportsmanlike conduct.
Because of the signal that the official made before he marched off 16 yards instead of 15 yards.
Hey, move it back.
Yeah, there's an extra yard there.
Move it back. Not playing fair.
I suppose it also depends on where exactly the ball was spotted, but Sandstone's got to run 15 yards up to the line because of the penalty. I think they'll be okay with it as Kyle Stasek gets himself set. Fernandez behind him, pistol set. Star in motion left to right. Now 3 options that way. Low snap, Fernandez scrambles back on top of it. The quarterback center exchange has been problematic here in the first half, especially for the Desert Hawks. They got weapons to use. They just have to get into the play. Abraham Munoz is wide to the right side. A target inside of him, 2 options to the left as well. Stasek again puts Star in motion. Toss, sweep play to the right, and Star runs right into the teeth of the defense. Ends up losing 2 yards on the play. Adam Kessler makes the stop. 3rd down and long, final 2:15 of the first half. At halftime, we're going to make an attempt to get another halftime interview down on the field. A new technology added here to our coverage. We've done 2 of them already.
Oh, I missed it.
Near side throw to Star. Did not catch it. Incompletion means that the line of scrimmage will stay at the 44 on this 4th down. So undefeated season in basketball. I was going to say, wait, you didn't answer the question. There it is, right there.
Yeah.
That was the answer to the question.
That's the answer.
And what do you want to do when you get to the high school?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I feel probably playing varsity basketball is my top goal. As a freshman, that'd be my goal.
Under Stasek on the snap, trying to punt it away. Excuse me, not Stasek, this is Keeley. Keeley does find a way to get the kick away. It takes a Sandstone bounce. Big roll inside the 40, down inside the 35. Gage Keeley turned something out of nothing on that play with a bad snap. And a great, ends up only being a 24-yard punt, but that's a great 24-yard punt under duress on the bad snap. Bullpups trail by 1. Minute 41 left in the second quarter. And a timeout for the Desert Hawks. What about as far as like stories to tell in broadcasting? What do you want to still do with ALTV?
I think the next story upcoming for us, we've been thinking about doing a story, kind of like an off-campus, but not really. One of our people in my broadcast class has friends that live in Hawaii, so we want to talk about the Lahaina fire and how that all happened. I mean, I'm sure there's so many stories going out about it right now, but I mean, it's worth a try, and I feel like it's an interesting thing, especially here in Hermiston. Like, we're nowhere near Hawaii. Not everybody knows what's going on, so I feel like that'd be a good thing to talk about.
I think next semester, probably something outside of school because I haven't done that yet. Like the new coffee shop's going, and like the one over by the district office. Maybe those 2 coffee shops.
And then it sounds like it's a guarantee, I can lock it in right now, you will do play-by-play during basketball season, during the AAU tournaments.
We'll see. We might be playing, Eric.
You don't play every minute of these tournaments. These last
Most of the time, I
these
usually,
last
if
for
I were
hours.
going to be able to do it, it would have to be at the very end.
First down and 10. Medelas got some space. Makes a man miss across midfield. Medelas into Sandstone territory. Spins off another tackler and is stood up just short of the 30-yard line. Braden Medelas, opening play of this drive, gets it down to the Sandstone 31. Big play. 37 yards. Two receiver options to the left, to the right, stacked on top of each other. Villarreal to Medelas' left in the backfield. High snap, pops off of Medelas' hands. He gets it back, but is pulled down. It was Jaden Martinez had moved into the backfield along with Villarreal. Penny's helmet comes off, so he has to come off for a play.
How does the helmet come off? That's funny.
Chin strap comes loose. Maybe wasn't buckled quite tight enough. Hey, so what would it mean next month to win the journalism competition with your story about the human being?
Oh my gosh, that would mean so much, because I feel like it's a bigger thing than STN. Like, STN's huge, but the one that we went into, I feel like it's way bigger than that, and I think it'd mean a lot. Like, obviously we've won national titles before, but that's for a monthly show. There's multiple stories in there. I've never had it one for just my story and my group story, so I feel like it'd mean a lot. But also going up against my brother, so
I know.
we'll
What about if Kobe wins it?
I'll be happy for him. It's not like basketball where I'd get mad, but I would be happy for him if he won the award. I'd be happy for him.
He's looking over here going, wait, my name? Because Kobe did a story, what got them into coaching about the Hermiston girls basketball team. Sophie, working with Brooklyn Bacon, Avery Devon, and Kylie Virgil, did their story about the human being, one of the new coffee shops, one of many new coffee shops here in town. Quick out to Jaden Martinez, tripped up. Stasek with the diving play at Martinez's feet in the flat.
I'd like to point out that Kobe copied me. My 6th grade year, I did a story about the high school team with Jay. It wasn't nearly as good as his because, you know, I was beginner. But, yeah, point out that he copied me.
Well, I'll point out. He's been up here, and he's not in the class this term. He's been standing around, kind of waiting, and finally there was an opening. Somebody didn't make it to one of the quarters of the last game, and he jumped in right away.
Oh, I'm sure he did. Because I talked about it so much. Should have told him just keep with broad technology. He wouldn't be up against me.
Third down and long from the 37-yard line. Ball in the middle of the park. For Medellez, he's got Martinez in the backfield with him to his right. 48 seconds left in the first half. Medellez, deep ball over the middle, into the hands of Erickson, down inside the 15. Blake Erickson high points the ball. Clock running again. Armand trying to add to their 1-point lead here on what will be the final drive of the first half. Medellez with a half-minute left. Takes a snap, turns in hands, Martinez, trouble in the backfield, pulled down by Fernandez. And the Bullpups will call another timeout.
Was it last year where, like, I think Sandstone called an extra timeout, and we were so confused. We were like, how'd they get another timeout?
Yes.
Yeah, that was last year. We were like, how'd they get another timeout?
Because they asked nicely.
They asked nicely. Can I have a timeout?
Please?
Please. See, in basketball, technical for that.
Yeah, in football, it's just, oh, sure. You need a
timeout?
We'll get you another one. Here you go.
It's like
it's different.
Present.
22.8 seconds left in the first half. Armand Larive and Sandstone locked up in their final middle school football game.
Pressure.
Bullpups trying to finish off an undefeated season, trailing by 1. They've had a couple of big plays on this drive. Braden Medellez with his feet and his arm. Set at the quarterback position on second down and 11 from the 15. Medellez to throw. Over the middle, tipped away. Left hand bat by Keeley. Gage Keeley had the great punt to even make Armand get the ball and have to push it down 70 yards the field to get onto the scoreboard again. He's got that batted ball. $17.9 left in the second quarter. Third down and 10. Ball at the 15. Doesn't necessarily have to get into the end zone, doesn't even have to be to the end zone on this play. But presumably it's another pass play for Medellez. He will look to throw. Quick throw. Over the middle as Erickson at the end zone. Touchdown, Bullpups. 15-yard pitch and catch. Another slant play down the middle of the field.
How many times has he hit him? Like, it's been a lot.
Third or fourth catch already for Erickson. 2 big receptions on this drive. And now for the Bullpups. They'll go for the conversion. Try to get this lead out to 6. Villarreal back in the backfield with Medellez, trips left. Hartstein alone wide to the right side. Medellez, Villarreal, it's a read option. Medellez eventually decides he'll try and is pulled down in the backfield. Keeley again on the stop for Sandstone. So the failed conversion means 13-8 as we get set for halftime. But 13.9 seconds left. Sandstone is going to get their hands on the ball one more time and maybe even one chance at doing something fancy. Bulldog football team, the high school squad, off beyond the west end zone into the practice area, getting ready for Pasco. That's Friday night up at Edgar Brown Memorial Stadium in Pasco. The battle of the Bulldogs of the Mid-Columbia Conference. Hermiston does appear to be in a spot where they are going to be one of the two 3A postseason teams out of the Mid-Columbia Conference. This game against 4A Pasco, just to get back to winning ways. Kicks a little squib, short, and falling on top of it, the 41-yard line.
Why did he lay down?
He was tired. Aaron Gray, though.
It's okay, I do that too.
It was probably no return there. We got a play we want to run here. I expect there's some type of trick play. You probably only run it once or twice a day. And let's dial it up here with 12.4 seconds left.
You can figure this one out, I think. If it's a trick play. I'm not good at trick plays.
It might not be a trick. It might just be a handoff up the middle. Let's go to halftime down 5. I don't know. I would run a trick play. But that's why I don't coach. I just talk about it.
Did you play football?
I never played down a football, at least with pads on. I mean, I was a star in elementary school recess. Big deep throw to Star, intercepted. Corda Berea takes it away, coming back in a one-on-one with Star. 5.1 seconds left. Wasn't so much a trick play as just, hey, the high school coaches like to call that a yo baby. Yo baby, go. And ready for it, Braden Corda Berea in the interception. So now, up 13-8.
Best number, by the way.
Number 10?
Yep.
No, it's number 3.
Agree to disagree.
3.
Not 3, it's 10.
All right, does the Bullpup offense have a trick play here to add on to their lead with 5 seconds left of the first half?
Don't ask me. Yep, that's
no,
the trick
the
play
trick
right
play is
there.
they'll take a knee and go into the halftime break, up 13-8.
The trick was there was no trick. That was the trick.
We are going to grab a interview here at the half with the Armand Larive Middle School Bullpups 8th grade football team up on Sandstone. 13-8 is the score line right now. Down on the field, this is new technology that is an addition to our ever-expanding coverage of ALTV and SMSTV. It's kind of an amoeba-like cluster of the Sandstone squad, so we're just trying to find somebody to grab.
Oh, Trenton.
Trenton Carter. No?
Oh, change his mind. Oh, change
Yes?
his mind again.
Why not? Let's do it.
I'm gonna ask you what do you. You're gonna ask him. He's gonna ask you how do you. What you do to be better in the second half. Okay? Don't say anything. Done. Let us know when you're ready.
Let's send it down to the sideline.
How do you think the game's going so far?
I think it's going good. We just need to be stronger on defense.
Oh.
I think the game's going really good. We just need to be really strong on defense.
All right, that's Trenton Carter. That's our sideline coverage as well, a new addition to our partnership, SMSTV, ALTV, bringing you the Bullpups and the Desert Hawks. Armand Larive up 13-8, halftime here on Kedison Field, here on ALTV.us. One more half of football to play here at Bulldog Stadium down on Kedison Field. The 8th graders from Armand Larive Middle School and Sandstone Middle School playing their final 2 quarters of middle school football. They're doing it on the home of the high school team, the program they will join next year. At the half, 2 Armand Larive touchdowns, 1 successful conversion, 13-8 their lead. Sandstone is going to get the ball to start the second half. Kobe Rodriguez, Abby Harshberger with me for the 3rd quarter coverage here. It's our partnership between ALTV and SMSTV. It's the middle school broadcast programs at Armand Larive and Sandstone Middle School. As we come into the second half, Abby, I'll start with you. What has been your thought of just kind of the overall night of production? You've been part of ALTV for a long time. And how is the show going?
The show is going well. It's we have cameras on the field and a camera up here, so we could get a few different views, which have been going really well so far. And we added something new this year, the interviews on the field, which is a good start.
Just another wrinkle to the process. The kick taken by Munoz, trying to move to the middle of the field. Munoz has got nowhere to go. Ends up down at the 22-yard line. And that's where Sandstone, down by 5, will take over. What are you working on in a class right now?
Right now, I just filmed a Dr. Pepper commercial, which I need to edit, and a new editor that I'm using. It is a more professional editor. It's called Final Cut Pro. I'm not sure who professionally uses it, like Hollywood. I don't know if they use it at all, but yeah, it's a confusing but good start of the year.
Stasic's going to run quarterback read option to the left. He will keep and is pulled down at the 25-yard line. Everyone.
Yeah, like with that editor, I practiced a little bit on it last year. It's super complicated for about the first 2 or 3 weeks, and then once you start to understand how everything works, it's really nice to do. It's really nice to use.
2nd down 7, facing the Desert Hawks in the opening minute of the second half. Stasic's got it back to his right. Twins each way. Star in motion. Stasic hands the read option. Will take it to the left side. Garay. There's nowhere to go. This Bullpup defense has been stout. And Garay a little bit slow to get back up. So, Kobe, you are the other, well, not a team. It was you who put together the story that is part of the 2 of 6 stories in the national competition that is going to be, somebody's going to win this thing next month at the National Scholastic Press Association's Broadcast Story of the Year competition for junior high and middle schools, and the contest in Boston on November 4th. Tell me a little bit about the story. It seems pretty straightforward. What got them into coaching, but tell me how you got the idea. How'd you put it together?
So we were just, I couldn't think of really a story to do, because like I feel like that might be one of the hardest parts of the whole process in building a story.
Stasic to throw here on 3rd down. Ooh, flag out as the ball is batted away.
Hit.
Another flag out.
Yeah, so our high school varsity basketball team had just come off a state run last year, actually. So I was like, hey, why don't I do a story on this? And so I went and got a hold of the head coach, Jay Ego, and asked him if I could do a story on that. And he was perfectly fine with it. So, and my mom coaches on that team too. So I was just there after every school day anyway, there at practice. So if I was already gonna be there, I just wanted to make something out of it. So I got many interviews and a lot of B-roll, which is just film of what they're doing. And yeah, a lot of editing and a lot of time working with the camera. And that was a really fun story to build.
So the 2 penalties offset, and we'll just reset, replay, rinse and rewash, 3rd down and 7 from the 25. Stasic rolling right. Flag out as he goes way downfield for Star, underthrown, batted out of the hands of Medeles. Star became the defender and pulled it away from Medeles to avoid an interception. But holding against Sandstone, and Armand will decline it. 4th down and 7 from the 25. We have not seen a lot of punting in the first half. The one we did see, Gage Keeley's coming out, had a tough snap to deal with, was able to pick it back up, scramble away from trouble, and turn it into a really good punt. Keeley's hoping that everything's a little bit more clean out of Colton Whistler's snap this time. On 4th down and 7 to go from the 25. Keeley gets it away, angled towards the Armand Larive sideline, and will end up going out of bounds at the 35, 10-yard punt. And the Bullpups up 13-8 will take over. 6:09 left in quarter number 3. So, is it like a commercial? Is it like a mock commercial,
It's
Abby?
so every month we do this thing called Monthly Show, and that's where some of the stories that Mr. Dory chooses from that students make throughout like the whole day, through all the periods, come together and we make a whole thing of it. We have anchors, we have the weather, and we have the stories that are introduced and are played. And sometimes there's a transition between shows, or in between the show and the anchors, that needs to be filled with. Sometimes there's like a stop motion, or there's somebody like drawing, which is like sped up. But I'm hoping that maybe if I get this right in editing, then I maybe could make a transition out of that you could use.
Villarreal on the first down run, 7 yards gained up to the 28-yard line. Excuse me, down to the 26-yard line. Make it more like an 8-yard gain, and 2nd down and short to go. How did you come up with the idea?
Well, last year I had made a commercial for our student store, and I entered that into a SCN contest, and it was basically a swing and a miss. I didn't get ranked or anything like that, but it's probably good because now I got a few tips from the judges. And since I got those tips, I know how to build off that.
Villarreal into the open. Villarreal breaks through at the 10, down at the 5, pulled down. Stasek, the saving tackle at the 1. I hadn't prepped you for that, too. I was going to say, if there's this big touchdown for the Bullpups, can you give us what your dad provides on the public address system after scores?
No. No.
Your level of embarrassment when you hear that is scale of 1 to 10.
0. I love him.
Okay, perfect.
I love him when he does it.
He's got like a Macho Man Randy Savage thing. I could do it once, not as well, but then I would never be able to talk again tonight. Touchdown, direct snap, and Medelas will run it in from a yard out to add to the Armand Larive lead. .434 left in the 3rd quarter. Taking advantage of the short punt. And the Bullpups, a couple of good runs from Gunnar Villarreal. Fred Medelas finishes off the drive. And now the conversion to add one more. Just direct snap work again. Medelas right, cuts back to his left, finds space. Right behind the big line, Medelas finds the conversion, and it's a full 12-point lead with 4:34 left in the 3rd quarter, 20-8. And this small group at Sandstone trying to find a way to get some positive offensive yardage against a ever stouter growing defense from the Bullpups. What's next in the hopper? What's the story after the story?
Like the story I'm gonna make after I'm finished.
It's the world of journalism. Is like you're never done. You're always thinking about what the next one is, even as you're finishing. Satisfaction is short.
Yes, it is. I'm hoping to do a a promo, like a promotion of quote unquote Earth, like our land, like when you're driving down the highway and look out, how many pieces of garbage do you see on the side of the road? And I would do something like that, and like maybe even encourage like picking up garbage and just walking out and picking up even two pieces of garbage every day. And when you do that, maybe you could, like, over a whole town, that would be like thousands and thousands of pieces of garbage just off the streets.
Star in the return stopped the 31-yard line. So Sandstone down by 12. It's a 2-score game. Still a quarter and a half to go here on the final night of the 2023 middle school football season in Hermiston. Will it be a solo project?
Well, maybe.
Has Dr. Pepper been a solo project?
There's the actors I got for it, but mainly, yes. I did the camera work, the mic work, and the editing so far.
Stasic handoff. And the run to the left to the 32 gains a yard. Evan Rodriguez, the ball carrier. Positive yardage, though, on the run, up to the left hash mark 32. Adrian Ramirez, the receiver, out to the left. Inside of him in the slot, Colton Weisler. Wide to the right, Munoz alone that way. Motion, Weisler left to right. Stasic, quarterback keeper, coming back the other direction. Breaks a tackle across the 40, 45. And shoved out of bounds into the Armand Larive bench. The 46-yard line. First down yardage for Stasic. And a new set of downs for the Desert Hawks. I kind of shocked and awed the last two 8th graders by pointing out it's 10 months you'll be here.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's
What do you
crazy.
still want to do? Wait. Do you got something on the checklist still at Armand? Think about it here after this first down and 10 play. Stasic, hands off. And again, an up the middle run for Garay, gets to the 50-yard line.
Yeah, I'm hoping that, well, I play basketball, and I'm really hoping that my last year at Armand, I'm mainly a post inside the key and around there. I'm hoping I'll be able to play outside a little bit and maybe shoot a little threes, which is totally not normal for me.
Yeah, those two said undefeated season's a pretty big deal for y'all.
Yeah.
Second down and 5 at the 50. Stasic in the pistol set. Rolls right on play action. Gets away from the pressure. Deep ball downfield for Munoz. Catches it inside the 10. Bobbled. He held on to it down to the 5. 45-yard throw for Stasic. And a chance for Sandstone to get one of these touchdowns back. Eli Zimmerman was there on the coverage. He actually got fingertips on it. That's why it wasn't cleanly caught. The bobble and the catch. Munoz back to the right. Weasel in the slot to his right. Left side alone, Ramirez. Now Weasler, right to left. Handoff, Fernandez the back. The big barreling back down to the 3-yard line. Gain 2 before being pulled down by Rysdam. Kobe, what do we need to add to broadcast 11 next year?
I really don't know. I feel like this is working super well. Maybe like
second
a
and goal.
camera.
Stasic's going to go to the left. Stasic out on the edge, breaks a tackle. pulled down. Saving stop by Medelis.
Maybe there could be like a camera that like captures the celebrations of the team sidelines after a touchdown. In like team
So like
celebrations.
like a reverse camera on the other side. We have
Yeah.
our sideline cameras are
Yeah.
still on the same side as us.
Yeah,
The Sandstone side down on the field.
yeah.
Pistol set, 3rd down and goal from the 3. Stasek keeps, roll out to the right. He'll dump over the top, incomplete. Stasek looking to drop it into Lindley, and they have not been able to connect yet today. Aaron Davis wants a timeout on this 4th down and goal from the 3-yard line with 1:41 left in quarter number 3. Armand Larive 20, Sandstone 8. Kobe Rodriguez, Abby Arshberger with me here as we continue the coverage, ALTV and SMSTV, the 2 broadcast programs at the middle school. If you were to describe it to somebody, Abby, who's got like no idea what we're doing, what Mr. Doherty's class is about, how would you describe that class?
I'll describe it as a little bit on the overwhelming side at first, but then once you get the hang of things, once you know like how to log on to the computers that we use, which aren't like our standard Chromebooks, then you could like log on to all these things, and you could go to Chrome and Google Chrome, and you could use that. And there's this thing, it's called WeVideo, and that's also really overwhelming, but it could get so much fun where you could learn all the nicks and the knacks and like the animations and everything like that.
4th down and goal from the 3. Sandstone really needs a conversion here. Fake to Fernandez. Dump over the top, too tall, incomplete. And Armand Larive's defense holds firm, forcing a turnover on downs. Still 1:35 left in the 3rd and a full 4th quarter to play. But time is starting to wind down on the Sandstone 8th graders. 19 strong, about half of them are playing football for the first time against the 45 suited up on the roster for Armand Larive. Coach Faitete is with his coaching staff down on the sidelines now, getting ready for a conversation. Talk to everybody, each and every one of them who will be next year part of the Bulldog football program. So Armand does have to work out of their own end zone, up by 12. Medelis directing traffic, his receivers to the left. Villarreal to his left shoulder. Medelis, quarterback keeper, running the left side. Turns it upfield and has a flag out as Medelis is pulled down at the 9 by Sapeni. Yet another marker, though, which will flag the Armand Larive team, it appears. Holding and half the distance to the goal means to the 2.5. What's our confidence level right now on the Armand Larive side? Undefeated season.
Yeah, undefeated season, and if we can finish this game, I feel like it'll be great for them to go out of their last game in these jerseys.
Medelis running to the right. He's got space down the far sideline outside the 20. One man to beat at the 30. He'll be pulled down by Weisler.
So yeah, I think if they can, like I saw at Sandstone yesterday, we were over there for my sister's volleyball game. It showed like a poster of an undefeated season of one of their volleyball teams, which I thought would be really cool if Army can bring back this win, if we could get one of those up for them.
we welcome you from all over, quite literally. 132 unique viewers tonight. Texas, Iowa, Tennessee, Colorado, Wisconsin, all part of our conversation here on ALTV.us. This joint broadcast venture. First down and 10 at the 41. Fake by Medelas. Now he will toss it wide. Villarreal tips that in the air, diving, but out of his reach. Incomplete. Stops the clock with 50.7 seconds left in the third quarter. And a 20-8 Armand Larive Bullpup lead. Just another fantastic opportunity to work alongside the broadcasting students and their teachers at Sandstone Middle School and Armand Larive Middle School. And we're glad you can be a part of it out there in the World Wide Web. Twin receivers each way. Medella's second down and 10 from his 41. Give to Villarreal. And Villarreal runs into trouble this time. Blanco in there helping to stand things up. Sapeni and Lindley finish off the tackle. It ends up being a loss of 2 for Villarreal. Maybe one more play for Armand. Nope, they're happy with it. That's the third quarter. They'll let the last 20 seconds run off the clock here in the third quarter. Armand Larive is happy with a 20-8 lead as they head to the final quarter of their 8th grade football seasons at Armand and Sandstone. And we head to our final quarter of coverage tonight here on SMS and ALTV's joint coverage on ALTV.us.
We're back with ALTV coverage of the Armand versus Sandstone game. Armand is up at 20 to 8. Armand with 8 minutes to go left.
And you are?
I'm Sophie.
And I'm Avery.
And I'm Eric, and we are happy to be bringing you this final quarter of the night. This joint venture between Sandstone and Armand Larive's middle school broadcast programs here at ALTV.us. Armand Larive does have that 12-point lead. They have the ball, third down and 12 from their 39-yard line. And movement up front, that's going to change from third and 12 to third and 7. Offsides on Sandstone, trying to get an early jump.
Our Armand crowd is loud down there.
Big and boisterous student section off to our right. They threw a tailgate party reminiscent of the ones they throw before the high school games on Friday nights for the students out in front of the gymnasium. And now we kind of bring everything to a crescendo here in this last 8 minutes on the clock. Medella's 2 receivers each way on third down and 7. Keeper for Medella's breaks 1 tackle, but can't get further than Gage Keeley. 3-yard gain to the 47. Bullpups trying to win the last game and finish off a perfect season for Armand Larive football. Fourth down, Armand Larive is going to keep the offense on the field. 2 receivers each way. Twin backs. Fidelis takes a snap. Flip out to the left wing. Tackle broken by Villarreal. Fighting. Needed the 49 into Sandstone territory. Won't get it. Cooper Davis out there on the edge. Finishes off the stop. It'll be a turnover on down. So, a minute gone in the quarter, plus 6 seconds. Sandstone trailing Armand Larive 20-8. It's at least 2 touchdowns. It can be conversions. It can be kicks for 2 points. It doesn't really matter how you draw it up. There has to be 2 scores to level this game. Kyle Stasek. Shotgun set. 2 receivers each way. Puts Paul Starr in motion. Left to right option that way. Short side of the field. Stasek just keeps. Runs into Armand Larive territory. Picks up 7. And it'd be remiss if I didn't mention, now Sophie's been with us through the night. Avery joining us as well. Also part of one of those stories that is at the National Journalism Convention for middle and junior high. It'll be next month in Boston, where we'll find out if their story on one of the new coffee shops in town ends up winning a national award. Second down, 6 to go at the 44. Star in motion again. Hand off, right side run. Space at a first down, going to the right side for Garay. Ball comes out, but they will say whistle down. Actually, spot's going to be at the 40, so it will be just short. Avery, what was your role in that story about the human being?
My role was really just helping with camera work and really helping editing and figuring out how to phase the story and put it all together.
After this play, your favorite part of this story, 3rd down and 1. Stasek in the pistol set with Garay behind him. 3 options left and a man alone to the right. Low snap, Stasek picks it up on the bobble, looking to throw. He's coming the other direction though, and he's got a lot of guys to beat. Will not get away from Jaden Martinez. Tackles him into the sideline, loss of a couple of yards. Sandstone will face a 4th down and short. So, what was your favorite part of that story?
I think my favorite part of the story was how the owner really just talked to our Brooklyn about how it's being built and how it started.
Brooklyn Bacon, the other, one of the others, and Kylie Virgil, the 4th. Your quartet here that's put this story together. 4th down and 3. This is not a must-have with 5:15 left in the 4th quarter, but we're getting pretty darn close to the last chance saloon. Stasek, play action, rolling right to throw. Well covered, tipped up into the air, dropped. Lindley defended well out on the wing, not able to haul it in. And a turnover on downs means Armand can get on the ball and start to salt away this 20-8 lead with 5:07 left. So how does that idea come about?
I think we were just trying to do something new. Like I said earlier, we didn't want something that had a locker background, and we wanted something new and something people haven't seen yet. You've seen everything at this school, I feel like, because Mr. Dory gives you a list every year saying these are story ideas, and but everybody picks the same ones because the other ones are like harder to talk about. So like it was just we wanted something new. We wanted to bring something that like nobody's ever seen. So I feel like that was one of the biggest things for us, was finding something that people are going to want to see but also haven't seen yet.
Bullpups take over on the 42-yard line, first down 10. High snap and kept by Medelas in the backfield of Martinez. Medelas just short of the 50-yard line and ripped down by Fernandez. Give him 2 points for the takedown for sure. Wrestling programs, basketball programs, all waiting in the wings here as we get into the winter months. Sure doesn't feel like it, though. There have been plenty of times where we've been up here during the 10 years of bringing you this ALTV broadcast that been a little chilly.
That first year, my 6th grade year, that was a cold one. I remember that one. Last year wasn't bad, though. Last year was relatively warm, like this.
Low snap. Villarreal picks it up on the bounce with split backs. Villarreal muscles his way to the Sandstone 48-yard line. Depending on the spot, that might be enough for a first down. Looks like it is. It will be enough. Move the chains. First down with 4:10 left. Avery, what's the next story? Or what's the story you're working on right now? I suppose I should not jump the cart in front of the horse.
I'm not in broadcasting currently, but I would like to get into it next semester to really just like work on it before high school to see what I'm gonna do.
Martinez, he stepped out at the 18-yard line, forced out by Weisler. And the Bullpups are now about 18 yards away from putting the icing on this cake. Already up by 12, just past the halfway point of the fourth quarter. So once you get there, let's presume you'll get there. What's that story you want to tell?
I'm just gonna really figure it out when I get there to see about how many news stories I can find that are gonna be there. But
to add to that, I feel like it's also hard because you have to kind of decide as a group. Like, it's definitely a group effort, and so you always have to figure out like what the group wants to do. That's hard because like lots of times you'll want to have your own opinions, and you can't when you're in a group project. So like that's the hard part, but I feel like that's a learning experience. You can't always have my way or the highway. Like, you have to learn.
And sometimes you just have to cooperate, and you have to like think of something in the middle.
Hey, wait, why are they going backwards?
About 6 different guys in green shirts jumped off sides before the snap, so 5-yard penalty. It's not a penalty on every single one of them, just one of them.
Wait, but why did we go backwards? Shouldn't we go forward?
Oh, then somebody in Armand's side moved.
We probably moved first.
Just like that.
Gosh.
That's another false start penalty on the Bullpups. Don't want to make it easy.
Why would we?
It's kind of been the tough road to get here, but 20-8 is the lead. I mean, remember, this started with a bobbled kickoff return for Armand, starting after a penalty at the 7, turning the ball over on downs on their own 4, and giving Sandstone the 4-yard line, 1st and goal on their very first drive. That's when Sandstone scored their touchdown. Since, the Bullpups defense has been stout, and the offense has found their way into the end zone 3 times.
Don't you know it's a Hermanson thing to do, just to get you on your heels a little bit? Our volleyball team has done it
countless times.
Oh yeah, it's been like almost every game.
Almost every game.
Medella's over the middle, passing with 3:48 left on first down and 20. Yes, I do know that is the Hermiston way. Let's make it a little harder.
Girls basketball?
Girls basketball.
That's the big one.
Last year. No, not last year. 2 years ago. It was very, very clutch with Izzy, the layup.
2 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
We were all at state at that point, I think. because we were watching it from a hotel room and we started yelling, and I think we got in trouble for that.
It was worth it. 2nd down and 20 to go. Medelas, he will pull it away and keep. Now the quarterback trying to find space. Open field out to his left. He can get out to the edge. Defended well. Medelas still on his feet. Shimmies away from another tackler. Works his way down just short of the 15-yard line. Got a 13-yard gain. They'll mark it at the 17. And the clock keeps spinning. Bullpups can now take time off the clock. Jaden Martinez to the right, Gunnar Villarreal to the left. To each shoulder of Braden Medelas. The quarterback trying to lead the Bullpups to an undefeated 2023 season. 3rd down 9. Medelas, hands, this is Villarreal. Villarreal stopped in the backfield by Cooper Davis. Another tackle for Davis. And Ethan McDonald will call a timeout after the son of his co-coach Aaron Davis makes that tackle. So pause the clock with 2:31 left in the 4th quarter. And a 12-point Armand Larive lead. 4th down and about 10 facing this squad from the Bullpups. Probably not in a field goal range. You'd be looking at a kick of 32, 33 yards, depending on where they set up. So the Bullpups, they're going to try to keep this ball. They're going to try to either punch it in. Better would be a 1st down. Keep the clock rolling. 4th down from the 17. Villarreal and Martinez will switch spots in the backfield. Now Kessler, left to right, out to the slot that way. Quick flip to Villarreal out in the flat. Caught by Lindley, drops him at the 20-yard line. Stasek, with the stop and a loss and a turnover on downs, and there is still a breath of life in the Desert Hawks. (20-8) with 2:31 left. Sandstone's got to score quick, and they've got to get the ball back with 2 timeouts remaining. Student section still at full throat.
I think it's a lot of 6th graders and 7th graders. I would say mostly 6th graders. They're usually the ones that are the loudest.
Stasek hit as he tries to get out to the right. Lost yardage back to the 15. Timeout Sandstone.
I feel like both coaches, Ethan McDonald and Coach Wood, are very known for swapping sides a lot. Because Ethan McDonald, he coaches football for Sandstone and then coaches basketball for Armand. And then Mr. Wood coaches Armand for football and Sandstone for basketball.
Just spreading the wealth.
Spreading the love.
Even though Mr. Wood did move this year to Highland.
Not a teacher with us anymore.
Down to the elementary school.
Yeah. He says he loves it, but
it's because his kids are there.
yeah.
I don't know. It also could be like, if you're at the middle school, there are some pretty like massive eye rolls that you can get sometimes
Yeah.
from middle schoolers. I've experienced it over the last week or so. Like, I don't know, 5, 6 of them already. 7.
What? That was last week.
That was last week.
It's okay. Mr. Wood I think he gets scared me. He gets a lot of eye rolls from us, I would say, as a joke. As a joke, promise.
Stasek, deep ball, incomplete. Got the arm to push the ball downfield, but right now, not getting a whole lot of time in the pocket, so everything's got to be on the move, and Armand Larive is trusting their secondary guys to be able to play in one-on-one situations out in space, and then bringing all sorts of pressure out on the edges. 3rd down and 10. Excuse me, it's 3rd down and 12.
Sandstone just needs some longer on-the-go passes.
Or that. That would work.
Stasek will keep. That's going to be helpful. Stasek running down the middle, ends up to the 26-yard line. So Sandstone does have to convert a 4th down, but instead of a 4th and long, it'll be a 4th down and 3. Under a minute 45 left here in the 4th, 12-point game. Armand Larive can seal the perfect season with a stop on this 4th down play. Stasek, rolling snap, takes it. Quick throw right side, dropped on the right wing. That gives the ball back to the Bullpups. And with a 20-8 lead, the Bullpups are just that much closer to celebrating this win.
Oh, man. We're going to get criticized now. If they win and we lost one game?
Was it yesterday's match?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
We lost against
8.
What? No, that wasn't an eye roll.
That was side-eye? That's different?
different.
Yeah, that was a side eye. It's different.
We lost against Carmichael, but we
By
were
2.
just kind of goofing around in the second set, so we weren't very game focused.
Yeah. Got to be different for basketball.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's no goofing around.
No. My parents always say it's so funny how, like, you and JC are so playful during volleyball season, and then you get into basketball season and you just, like stone face. You don't make a peep.
Business trip.
Yeah. Basketball is always a business trip.
Bullpups will kneel, and we are just a minute 10 away from sealing the deal here on this win for Armand Larive. And it will be a sweep today. Armand Larive's 7th graders, a 8-7 win in the 7th grade game earlier on today. The difference, an extra point kick for 2 instead of the conversion for 1. And in this one, the difference, the defense. They have been
Why'd they kneel again?
stout as could be because they got to do it 2 more times, 1 more after this, to truly run all the clock out with a play clock.
Got it.
V for victory formation, the Bullpups. Carson Clem and Killian Woods' team will beat Sandstone 20-8. And it is a perfect season for Armand Larive Middle School 8th grade football. The 2 teams, their last time putting on the pads and the helmets in their respective middle school football uniforms. They're all
so
Bulldogs
sad.
now.
That's so sad. Don't say that.
And they're all just 10 months away
Stop.
from being part of the high school program. High school coaches will come out to midfield and they will have a conversation with these boys.
Okay, we got one more thing for you, Eric. As soon as they turn the camera. Okay, so as a thanks, we got you a little something.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Welcome.
Thank
I
Mr.
appreciate it.
Doherty.
I appreciate you
You're
guys.
welcome.
And I appreciate getting to be
Thanks
part of this.
for coming. It was lots of fun.
10 years now we've been doing this together. ALTV, when they started, now SMSTV is part of the fold as well. Thanks to Mr. Doherty and Mrs. Cerrillo for helping get everybody together to put this broadcast on. Thanks to Sophie and Avery here with us during the fourth quarter, and all the different, not just the people who are willing to and brave enough to put the headsets on to join us, but to be able to produce, to be down on the field, to add that sideline interview as a element of our broadcast, and for the over 130 of you joining us in various places across the country for our broadcast here tonight. Thank you for joining us at Bulldog Stadium. It's an Armand Larive Middle School sweep. The 7th graders winning 8-7 the final score. The 8th graders with a 20-8 win to finish off a perfect season. For the entire cast and crew, I'm Erick Olson saying so long. We'll talk to you again soon.